We do not consent.
Now, I had a stack of news I was going to get to, but Rob Dew comes in and tells me now that there's a development in this Washington train derailment situation. So we already had the story of this Antifa liberal domestic leftist terrorist blog post talking about intentionally sabotaging a train track in Washington in that area to stop fracking equipment from being mobilized. But now we've got a new riff to this story that Rob Dew is about to bring. Apparently, they were already setting up to do drills for a situation like this in Washington. And Rob Dew has the report as well as video. Rob, what do you got?
Yeah, one of the hallmarks we know is of a false flag is that these groups are running drills beforehand as cover. So when the event happens, oh, there's already personnel on the ground. Oh, we didn't know. We thought it was a drill. 9/11, we saw it. At the Boston bombing, we saw it. There's always something going on. Well, listeners sent in a video, local ABC News. This is Suzanne Fawn reporting, and it's about 2 minutes kind of setting up the story of what's going on. And then she points over to the mayor and says, well, the mayor and all these volunteers were here today because they were set up already for a mass casualty drill. So they were already set up. Then the event happens, and then they go live. So it's just another suspicious thing that I think works well with what's going on with Antifa claiming they're going to sabotage train tracks, because we've seen Antifa also, it seems like they work with local governments in California where they don't get arrested. They're allowed to do what they want, and the police stand down. So this is just another development in this, and I think we ought to go to this video now and just let the people judge for themselves.
Some of those cars down the highway below. Once again, that number is expected to rise, but that is the latest from the Associated Press.
Okay, we now want to get out to Suzanne Fawn, who is at DuPont City Hall for us this morning. Suzanne?
So many friends and family wondering about their loved ones. Well, we are here at DuPont City Hall, and I can tell you that on those buses there are a lot of the survivors from the train derailment that are getting ready to head home. One of those people that I talked to was Anthony Remedi. He is from Gig Harbor. He bought a round-trip inaugural ticket. He was excited about the inaugural journey on that train. He's a train buff. He was sitting in business class number 1 when he said that all of a sudden things went black. The train veered to the right and left, and then he heard glass breaking. He says that a passenger had to use his elbow to break out a window, and they helped each other climb out of the window of the train. So many stories of courage and bravery today. Another man I talked to, Scott Clagett from Seattle, says that he has a sore back and is very sore in general, but he is just glad that he could help all the other passengers around him get out safely. He said again, he never knew what was happening. Things went black and just violently veered back and forth. Everything was then just quiet after all the glass breaking. I want to tell you that I talked to the mayor here. This is the mayor of DuPont. He tells us that not only are there lots of volunteers here trying to make the train, also the chaplain is here asking and offering all sorts of help for everybody who needs it. The mayor tells me, ironically, today they were doing training for a mass casualty incident, and that he was here along with many other agencies planning their day when this situation and this news developed. So they were here, they were prepared for mass incidents like this, and as you can imagine, what a day.
Okay, I'm going to need to do a little more research on this, but the first questions I have, and we've got 5 minutes left in this segment, so the crew can help me. Who was the mayor again? I need the information on that mayor. Let's find out what the deal with that mayor is. Let's look at his social media. Let's look at, obviously, who and what he is. Let's find out who declared a state of emergency today after the train derailment. Mike Courts. I don't want to make any assumptions about this guy until I know for sure. Can you guys find out if he has any political affiliations? And also, let's pull up his social media. Okay, because here's what I'm thinking. I'll just go ahead and tell you what I'm thinking, and then we can kind of vet this out in the future. What are the odds that they have that training drill going on at the same time of the train derailment? Now, I know your gut instinct, if you can't believe most of the stuff you see, your gut instinct is there's no way that they would plan this. There's no way that they would coordinate this because they're not that dumb. Don't underestimate the average liberal. Do not underestimate the average Democrat, because let me tell you something. They are. They are that dumb. They are really that dumb. It would not surprise me for 1 second if they thought they could stage some sort of event and get away with it for whatever reason. I don't know what the political agenda would be for something like this. It doesn't seem to have any yet. But maybe there was. Maybe it was carrying some fracking equipment, like the Antifa-related blog said they wanted to drill the train carrying fracking equipment. So I don't really understand the whole thing, but it's very fishy. It doesn't add up, and it really does. It really does kind of make you wonder. So it was the governor of the state of Washington, Jay Inslee, who declared the state of emergency. Well, this is just very strange. So you've got the Antifa blog saying they want to, the liberal terrorist, domestic liberal terrorist, radical leftist blog saying they want to sabotage a Washington train track to stop fracking equipment from being mobilized. Then you have the derailment today in a very, very close area in proximity to where this happened, or was said to have happened, reported on in this blog. But then you have, at the same time of the train derailment, which right now we have at least 6 reported dead, you had a mass casualty drill going on at the exact same time. Rob, do?
Yeah. I was in Chicago a few years ago watching them. They did 5 days of drills like this, where they had a plane blow up and there was bodies everywhere. There was another one, they were going door to door. They had an incident where they used the field, the sports stadium that they were at, as a place to house people. All kind of drills going on. A subway attack. So they had guys go down in and take out some bad guys. Another, it was a chemical attack where they came in, the Boy Scouts.
And let's not forget Jade Helm, too. They want to act like that didn't exist. Jade Helm was a real thing.
But all these, well, here's the thing. All these mass casualty events, they take a lot of prep time. It takes a lot of manpower to get in there and get these things ready. They don't just, oh, we're going to have a mass casualty drill tomorrow. This takes a lot of planning. So if we are able to determine that these tracks were deliberately sabotaged in that area at the same time, there is definitely some connection that we have to look at further.
No doubt an investigation is